Over this last year, I've networked with CEOs, tech leaders, and creators of really cool technologies. And in this video, you're coming along with me so I can interview Reid Hoffman, the co-founder of LinkedIn. I'm actually here in an airport lounge about to fly out to New York to interview him, but I'm not just interviewing him. I'm about to go to an event, about to host a podcast, a lot of different networking things. Plus, throughout the video, I'm going to be dropping my 5-step framework to networking with anyone that you want. I hope you're ready for this. Take notes. But first, we must eat. So right here, we got some beef hash, some eggs, sour cream, so good, healthy protein and fats. And here we got some not so healthy stuff. Yummy. All right, so we're on board on the flight, and the 5-step framework that I got for you guys is G.R.O.W.S. G.R.O.W.S. And the first letter, G, is goal. Identify your why. I like to use this Japanese thing called an ikigai. This is what your kind of like purpose in life is. It's the intersection between what you're good at, what the world values, what can make you money, and what you find fulfillment in. And in the intersection of all those things, whether that be something like software engineering or whether that be something as like baking or cooking, whatever that might be, before you network with other people, you need to learn about yourself. For me, I was pretty lucky. Growing up, I was always pretty good at math, and computer science just seemed like the natural next step. And so that's why I became a software engineer. Take a couple steps back, find out who you are before you start reaching out to other people. By the way, I only got 4 hours of sleep last night, so I'm about to knock out on this flight. See you in New York. We've made it. Let's go. Here's a quick room tour. So we got beds, a mirror, and then a bathroom. You want to see what the view is like? Yeah, let's take a look. My cousin, the videographer, has just arrived. And let me go pick him up. There he is! There he is! What's up, buddy?
What's going on?
How's it going?
I like that a lot.
Do you guys remember him from the vlog?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
All right, when in New York, you gotta get some coffee. All right, we got an event happening at 5 p.m. and I am so tired, so I got myself a nice little cappuccino. He got himself a cute little matcha. What is your number one piece of advice for networking for the audience?
Just try to talk to as many people as you can. You never know where that conversation would end up. In this cafe, we met with the owner and they were telling us how they have a podcast space downstairs, and that only happened because I asked the barista, oh, what do you do with the space back here? And she was like, stay right there. Let me get the owner for you. And then I talked to the owner, and she showed us downstairs, and it was really cool, the whole experience. And all that just started just because I was like, what's this?
Sometimes the simplest conversations with the hint of charisma can open a lot of doors.
And matcha.
No, not matcha. So the next part of my networking framework is R for research. So once you identify your goal, what your why is, and in my case, it's to learn about tech, break into tech, help people break into tech, learn about careers, learn about AI. And that being said, I'm interviewing Reid Hoffman, obviously the co-founder of LinkedIn, and I did a lot of research before going into this interview. Now, I want to take it a step above that. And when you really want to establish good relationships with people, you want to gift them. Not in any way that it's like transactional, that, oh, I give him a gift and then he's gonna send me $1 billion. No, I'm not expecting that. But it's just something as like, I give him a gift for doing this interview, and it's just like a happy moment because he's taking time out of his day to do an interview on my channel. And so I did some research on stuff that he likes, and he talks a lot about humans, AI. So I went ahead and got him this book, The Most Human Human. What talking with computers teaches us about what it means to be alive. So this should be an interesting read for him. Plus, I got him some chocolates, because who doesn't like chocolate? Yeah, New York is so inspiring. Concrete jungles where dreams are made of. Nothing you can't do.
What do you do to prep for a conference?
To prep for a conference, study. Study as many people as possible, understand what your goals are, and come in with a solid elevator pitch. You never want to be in a situation where you're like, when you're introducing yourself, because that shows lack of confidence, lack of preparedness, no one wants to talk to you. Come in with a sense of purpose. It's not our time yet, but don't worry, patience is a huge virtue. All right, first of all, let me ask you, who are you?
Scott Strazik, CEO of GE Vernova.
Thank you for being here today. One question I have for you is, what skills should a student aspiring for a career look into?
Well, regardless of AI, I think you've got to be able to ask good questions. You need to be able to listen. And then ultimately, life is about problem solving.
All right, cameraman, how was the event? What was the highlight?
The event was pretty good. We got to meet a lot of people I wouldn't have expected, to be honest, and they all had very unique stories. But I would say the highlight was all the pictures we took at the end, seeing everyone smile and pose. What about you?
New York is honestly the best city. Where on earth do you see as many ambitious people hustling across the street that will come on a evening to talk more about their careers, about tech, about AI, about energy? Man, only New York. All right, food has arrived. Today we got doner sandwiches. I've never had them before, so let's see. This is what we got. Let's try it. All right, dinner complete. Tomorrow morning we got the Reid Hoffman. So it's only like 8 something. I'm about to go to sleep. I'm so tired. I want to be up and ready for that one, but catch y'all there. All right, it's about 2 hours before the interview. It's about 7:30 right now, and I got a little breakfast right here. So we got French toast, potatoes, eggs, and of course black coffee. Just gonna chew this down, get some work in, prep for the interview, and then we'll be good to go. All right, so now we're headed over to the Reid Hoffman interview, and I'm gonna be telling you guys about the next 2 letters of the G.R.O.W.S networking framework. So O is for outreach and W is for win trust. So obviously you have to outreach to the people that you want to talk to, the people you want to network with. LinkedIn, Twitter, any platform in person is probably better. You want warm connections, people that you may know, may not know, people, friends of friends, family friends, pretty much everyone in your network. Exhaust until you have literally no one else to exhaust to, and then keep exhausting further. W is for win trust. So how do you actually get these high value people to respond to you? You need to follow the RICE framework. This includes reward, ideology, coercion, and ego. Whenever you make your ask, first you want to start off with actually stroking their ego. Everyone has an ego, so first you praise them for a work that they've done. Whether it's a unique project, a unique skill set that they have, a unique achievement, try to find something more than, oh, I love your content. Try to do something a little more deeper, something that actually resonated with you within their work, within their line of content, within whatever they've done. Start with ego. Then we have ideology. Once you establish their ego, what you praise them for, try to link it to something that you two value in common. If you can establish a common ground, whether that be they make tech content, AI content, something that you can resonate with. For example, with Reid Hoffman, him and I really resonate with the fact that being human in the age of AI and understanding human level trait is super essential. And the difference between a lot of people nowadays is their ability to storytell. So that's going to be the ideology part. Next part is reward. Why should they actually want to network with you? Well, there should be something in it for them. Whether that's going to be like an equity portion, an advisory share, or an investment into you, something that you'll benefit them in the future. This one is a little bit of challenge because you do need to have some value going for you before you actually make those asks, especially with high value, high network people. The last part is coercion. And I think once you figure out reward, this kind of falls into place because you need to have something such that they feel stupid saying no to you. Something that this is limited time or limited in supply, giving them FOMO to not buy into whatever project that you have, whatever startup that you have, or even if it is for something like a job, why should they want to invest into you right now? Give them a sense of urgency with that. And once you combine all 4 of these elements and do this at scale, you'll pretty much always be able to reach out to the person and get a response from whoever you want.
Nice to meet you as well.
Thank you for doing this.
Of course,
And
pleasure.
Oh,
Thank you. This I've read and it's awesome.
Okay.
Well,
I think you'd enjoy that.
It goes back to you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for doing this. I think it'll be great. A lot of students would be very much getting a lot of value out of this interview. A lot of career-related advice, LinkedIn advice.
Yes.
You're the man. So, Reid, first of all, thank you for joining on this interview.
Email request I get for advice on G.R.O.W.S or a lot of
take over it.
okay, which of course is important to have. You can use that to use bringing AI to help.
Good job. In this case, you can get $1 million startup.
Yes.
All right, just finished up the interview. I think it went well. I think we got good conversations. We talked about LinkedIn, we talked about career, we talked about tech, we talked about AI. A lot of very relevant topic, especially for you guys. So I think you guys will enjoy it. How do you think it went?
I think it was pretty cool. Reid had a lot of great things to say. I learned so much personally.
I also met a couple creators there, and we'll probably be posting some pictures with them. So stay tuned. All right, so I have about exactly 2 hours before my next podcast recording, so I'm going to get that settled in order. And in the meanwhile, I will be prepping for that and also doing this video for GE Vernova, that event that I went to yesterday. I just have to make like a recap reel, and it's due pretty soon. So doing that in this time crunch. Yeah, how is it possible? I don't know. Well, we just make it work. All right, about to head out to do a podcast recording. I'm talking to this Google software engineer. She actually came in from India. Prior to that, she's from Belgium. So a useful episode for a lot of international kids. And we're about to walk. It's about a 10-minute walk to get there. So come on.
Do you have like notes for it?
All right, I just finished up the podcast with Ashna, the Google software engineer I told you guys about. And the last part of the networking framework is S, sustain. So once you actually build up your good relationships, the good networking relationships, you reached out to everyone that you want to network with, you need to maintain these relationships in the long term. Because if you can't leverage your network, what's the point of your network? So actually, Ashna, what is your tip to sustain your network long term?
I would say stay in touch, but in super casual ways. So wishing them on their birthday. If you go to a coffee shop and you know they love coffee, tell them where you went, how you love the coffee, and they should check it out. If you're visiting their city, send them a text. I think these are small things that are very low effort, but also casual, and keep your relationship alive.
Treat them like a friend, because ideally they should become your friends, because why not? Be human, be friendly. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned a lot about networking throughout this and enjoyed this unique experiences. I don't usually make videos like this, but let me know how you thought about this video down below. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys next time.